People deluded, I'm back again. I hope everybody's well and safe. I hope everybody's in good spirits. I really hope you all are. And before I carry on with the basis of this, people, just know all the support you lot give me in whatever capacity, for whatever duration it's been. God as my witness, strike me down if I'm lying, whatever God's or God or whatever you guys believe in the equivalent. I'm very appreciative of it. I'm very thankful for these 30,000 subscribers, 37,000 better yet, and growing people. I'm really appreciative of it. Without you lot, this channel is nothing. Without you lot, I am nothing to a degree. You lot have made me big man thing, people. You lot have made me in the last 4 years, or with this, and I'd say in the last 2 years, you lot have made me think there's not that there's not hope in life, because I've always thought that, but you lot have made me really believe like life, you can live life on your terms, you know, you can really go after your goals, you can really have, you know, no matter what the external forces or what the world is telling you, you can forge out your own path and do your own thing. And literally without you lot, bro, God knows what I'd be doing. I'd be upset wherever I'd be, man, and I wouldn't be happy. You lot allow a man to talk about football and things. We're not all the way there yet, you know. The big point of this, like I was going on, is DG thoughts. You lot get on to me, oh, there's no deluded thoughts. Where is it? Where is it? I'm always like, allow it, man. I like to think this is authentic. I only do this when I'm pondering life or I'm thinking and things. And I've been meaning to do this a bit more because I know I've been, you know, watch alongs and, you know, Arsenal transfer news and speaking about the young players and couple neutral players and DG podcasts and all of these things. But I like to speak about these things because like you lot, I'm, you know, everybody, you know, if you're not trying to accomplish goals, you know, move towards your goals, dreams and aspirations, what's the point of life? Especially, listen, I think men and women need it, but I'm going to be real with you. I think men in life, men need a purpose. And I think it's for you to find it. Don't become disillusioned if you can't. I think finding it is one thing, but also you need to at least be on the path to finding it. The wheels need to be in motion. You know, the thoughts need to start clicking, because you just go through life in a wilderness. And, you know, as a man without a purpose, you can see some broken souls. You know, you see it, you know, not to get at the homeless or anyone that's, you know, suffered mental breakdowns, but you see it. You see what used to be someone filled of life and ambition broken. You see some people disillusioned. You see some people so scared of the reality that there's nothing wrong with partying. But how many people do you know that go on holiday, they party, they run away from their bills or any sort of hardships or any sort of things they have to face up to? And I don't like that. You know, that's why you see a lot of people, you know, off substances and moving mad. There's a lot of that. And I think as a man, if you ain't got that, especially as a young black man, if you ain't got that, if you don't got the wheels in motion, it's big trouble. And you have to find it, because I didn't always think like that, man. If I heard myself at a certain age, I'd be like, what is this guy smoking, sort of thing? I'll be hearing it, I'll be like, some of it makes sense, but what's this guy on? So I think in life, many things, I don't like to preach, I don't like to tell people nothing, because I'm not in a position to preach in it. You know, I like to, you know, if you're telling me invest this money in this and we can be rich, and I'm asking you, have you done it? Or what's your CV? And you're telling me and you got the same pay packet, you're just going with the good advice. I'm not going to trust you, because you ain't walk the walk. So I don't like to do the preaching thing, but you get the point. And I just feel, you know, you've just got to work bloody hard, if I'm completely honest with you, man. If I'm completely honest, like I said, you just got to have a goal in life, man. If you ain't got a goal, if you ain't thinking there's a higher purpose, if you ain't trying to move towards what you want, then I think it's all over, really. You don't need to know, like, you don't need to know. But I didn't know I'd be doing YouTube. I don't even think this is my purpose, but I found some sort of purpose. Like every day, man's doing this, you know, other things, emailing, doing other things. And this has provided the vehicle to actually getting, you know, start talking with some industry people. Now I'm of the level where I've got to become someone, because it's one thing knowing industry folk and them thing there and having them in your phone. But it's like when they're shouting me, what can I offer them? Like, what can I, yeah, I've got, you know, everybody knows I live and breathe this football thing. Everyone knows I got an eye for young players. Everyone knows that, you know, I can do this thing when it comes to young players. And if I had certain facilities or was in a professional environment or had the scouting analysis and them sort of things there, I'll be an absolute monster. And that's one thing I've realized, people, I can't talk too tough. And I'm not saying I'm no guru or nothing, but certain people that you never know who's watching, for one. So don't belittle your content or anything you do. But the people that have reached out to me, I know my thing is 30 now, because these are people that before I started YouTube, I was trying to get involved in, trying to chat to them, trying to do this and that. I knew their names, you know. Now they know him, man. Not that it means anything, but they're saying things like, yo, man signed this guy because of you, what I watched of yours, or man took this one under my wing because of you. I watched what you're saying. I can't talk too tough. I don't want to talk too tough, because that's another thing. They love me as well. And another thing I've learned in this industry, not that I've known, I think they love it because I've got that mentality of loose sink ships. You know, you'll never hear something from me. I might give you a little grapevine, but I never reveal something. You get it, you know? And that's one thing I've learned. Like the things one day there'll be a time to talk. But the interesting stories I've heard about transfers in general, not just related to my club, but transfers, why certain things didn't happen, why certain things are the way they are, is very interesting. And it makes me think that I don't know what I'm doing, but man, I have to be doing something. I know my passion is Arsenal. Man, love Arsenal Football Club, but youth talent. Man, love to just talk about young footballers, interviews and that. And that's another thing that you've got to be resilient, because one thing I've learned, but doors get shut. We'll cover that. But youth interviews, youth talent ID, the tactical analysis, and that's something I'm really trying to improve visually for you guys, and do certain things to get that better. Them sort of things there. Like, I love Arsenal. I love to talk about the transfers and all these things, but that's not man, bro. That's not really me. I just do that for you guys. Keeps the engagement going. It's something to talk about, and listen. There's strokes for different folks and stuff. Some of you like longer form content, shorter form, DG thoughts, interview this. Sometimes I think it's almost impossible to please everyone, impossible to get it all right, but I try in it. So I'd say there's that, and it's important for me. The main basis of this, and I can see the notes, and I'll probably share them with you in a sec. Never lose end sight, man. There's been plenty of times, I can't lie, people, like, how can I describe it? It's like when the lights are off, like if you're a football manager and you've won the game now, or the Prem or whatever now, fans are gone, celebrating in the pub or whatever, players are gone, literally the caretakers lock the door of the stadium, it's just you in your office, everything's done now, to get it, people, everything's locked off. And that manager is sat there pondering stuff, and he's like, at some point, I read it in Pep's book, I've read it in any successful person's book, and it kind of happens with me as well. It's like, at some point you question, what are you doing? You kind of lose sight. That's why I always tell you, lot, you can't see it because it's over there near my bed, but I have what I want to become, all the qualifications, what are goals I want to hit, anything, people. I've got it on a wall. So anytime I feel disillusioned, what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? Quickly just look at that, and then I'm back on ship, in it. So it's like I'm back on course. Sorry, so I'm back, and I think that's good. You need to remind yourself, because there was many times last season I lost sight at the end goal, man. I actually, like, what am I doing here? Like, I really am disappointed with obviously. One thing I find I struggle with now is I love you football. I ain't no scout. I ain't no saying we must sign this guy and that guy, no oracle. But when people say them things, or when, like, I've spoken about a player and they're linked with us, let's be real now, not to be big-headed, but how many players? Guendouzi, Torreira, how many? There's been enough names. I'm not gonna. Yet we almost got Yachin Adli. We're linked with Abdul Malik. We're linked with quite a few of players that I have spoken about. Kakare, we're linked with them, innit? Not just me, anyone. I just happen to be speaking about it on YouTube. I'm not no oracle. I'm not nothing. But my point being, with that, people take 2 and 2 and get 5 and think, I know a million, like, man say we need a right back, get a million right backs, this and that. And I like it because it keeps my pressure up. Them man there know you got a good footballing eye. So keep watching your football and make sure I got plenty wrong, of course. But that there, but it feels almost impossible. And them things there make me uncomfortable, if I'm completely honest with you. But I love you football. I love talent ID. I'd love to be in that space and a professional. So it gets me. It's like, all right, the people them want to know the new players and things and whatnot. So while you can't know any player, what players are you talking about? And you've seen it. I make a big point of never waxing lyrical and saying they're gonna be world class and things. I'll wax lyrical about their current ability. Tyrese John Jules, I could talk about him till I blew in the face. Pause. Baller, and there's many other ballers at Arsenal. Mari Hutchison's bearing them, innit? And not just Arsenal, elsewhere. Jude Bellingham. But you get the point, innit? And it becomes a bit mad. It's almost like with this, like I said with last season, when you're doing all them reviews of Arsenal and all the talking points, the youngers and everything else, DG podcast, everything, you don't know, I'm swooped every week. You become disillusioned, like, what am I doing here? And this is what I mean. You've got to never lose sight of the end goal, because the grind isn't pretty. The story's romantic, little old DG, 37 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully we get 50 and whatever, but that's just the beauty of it. They don't see the rough and tumble. They don't see the day-to-day anxieties, because, and this is why I don't like perceptions, because I like realities. Certain people think you're a bloody millionaire on YouTube, where there's certain inconsistencies. I cannot have a margin for error on YouTube. Picture your salary. Now picture it, yeah? What you get on a month, yeah? Picture half it some months. Now picture double it. Now picture half it. Now picture something even lower than that. And remember, you got bills and stuff. So you can see how the anxiety, that's how YouTube works. That's why I've even going heavier now and trying to understand CPM, because that, I'm trying to get it to a certain, I'm all right. And I've got savings away from it. I'm all right. We're afloat. Like, if we're in the ocean, I'm like this. Like, a couple times man's gone over there and it's been tough months. Like, bro, the last 2 months have been L's, bro. Trust me. L's, bro. the perceptions, you have to keep going. That's why I'm like, all right, cool. If YouTube doesn't bust, man, I have to do the Twitch thing. Man, I have to have this. Man, I have to do. They wanted merchandise. Give them the merchandise. A lot of people screamed about the merchandise. Again, we've made a decent. We've sold a decent amount. Shout out to everybody, who's done that. But it's not where you lot think it is. It's quite the amount of people that were saying, "I'm gonna get in this and that," and become members and things, and the ones that actually did. Two different things. And that's why I appreciate people who speak with their chest, because it's of value, but it's not romantic. And what I mean by, and also nobody cares, bro. I know you lot care about me. I care about you lot too. I love you lot, but we've all got sub stories. No one cares that I've gone at this full time and there's inconsistency in pages and I put all my effort in and we're still not at 50 or 100, or we're still not where we need to be. We're there where you guys say I deserve to be. That doesn't matter. No one cares about that. We've all got it. That's why I don't care about it. I care about people's sub stories, but you get it? Like, I don't try and use my sub story. I'm like, all right, cool. It is what it is. Even some of these people I'm chatting to, I'll shout them. They might air it. Like, it's like, all right, why am I shouting you, bro? Like, all right, maybe me and you ain't got that relationship, or I need to do something to get it. So it's one of them ones. And what I mean by the lights off, sometimes you're sat here and you're like, what are you doing? You're like, do you keep doing YouTube because there's something in it? And not that you keep doing it. What I mean by is, do you keep focus? You don't know I have a different focus, but do you focus on this primarily because it can be deceased to others, or because you think it's not going anywhere? Not that you don't focus on it, but you focus on them things more. That's the sort of pillar you're always stuck between, pillar and post. You're in two places, and I believe the landscape is changing, but there's also the landscape. You've got to maneuver it. In the UK, it's very cliquey. It's very whatever. Again. And especially in this YouTube game, there's certain individuals who've monopolized it. There's people that own an Arsenal channel, a neutral channel, a Chelsea channel, a United channel. You'll never know. And I'm not going to be the one to speak, because it's nothing to do with it, but it's monopolized. You will think it's got nothing to do with it, but they're all together. It's like some Rockefellers thing. They've all got that. A lot of things you might see something, but you don't see who's backing individuals or who's doing several things. So this is why I always say, don't watch the perception, because more time, people, even with these sponsorships, people think you're getting shelled out bags. One football, you think it's bags. I wish one day we'll be there, be like, don't shout at me unless you got a bag for, man. Is what it is. And that's another thing, man. Sponsors, if any of you get sponsors and things in anything you're doing, don't let them shag you. There's nothing wrong with not necessarily being paid an upfront fee, in my opinion, and doing affiliate marketing in some cases. But then I started to think back, and this is why I think the world works in a funny sort of way for a specific reason. Because I remember from my old job, I'm not a genius, but I have an understanding of budgets, what's allocated towards a budget. And then, so it's like people would shout me and they're like, oh yeah, this is the big brand, this is that. I'm like, oh, awesome, what's the budget? It's like, oh, can't pay you, but this and that exposure. I'm like, bro, fuck off then, because I can't pay my bills or do anything with essentially what I call giving out flyers, bro. It's like being in Mali and giving out flyers. That's what you're saying to me. Come into this store, I'll give you a little €5 if you get a ticket sold for 25. That's dead. Or an OG drops some food on you, crow, not that I know anything about it, and says, look, for every shot you get a zoot. That's dead. I've seen some people get shagged like that. That's dead. That's the sort of little man I see that as, and in more time, it's the bigger the brand. And I learned from my work, they do them things. And I also learned, if you're in a budget, a lot has to be advertised, has to be somewhat like subtracted and put towards like advertising in it, like a good portion of that. So you got bands, you just don't want to use it. And that's the thing, you can never, don't be scared to ask, because sometimes I'm there, like, I had a sponsorship. I was like, honestly, I should have asked for more. Like, I thought, what's the biggest figure man could think of? Boom. And then they said, all right, cool. I was like, raw. Say nothing. I should have done more. Like, and I was like, raw. Like, not to be greedy, but it's like, raw. Like, I ain't asked you for enough if you've just said sure then, innit? Sort of thing. And that's the thing. When you come from where we come from, you're humble and certain things, bro, these lot are harsh out here, They're harsh out here. The thing is, these people will tell you that, even a couple people in the scene, they'll tell you they love you and this and that. It's not love. You're not bros. But it is what it is. That's the industry. It's not bitterness. That's why for me, next year, I have already, but man's trying to do my own thing. I'm not really into this shouting the same guys. You do. I only listen. I don't like really being with new people in this stage, because in this stage of life in YouTube and that, because it's scary, people. Honestly, like, I try to do my background checks. I only like to really, I'm going to get new people, but I like to see what I go on first, because, you don't know people, and the internet is vicious these days, bro. I might find Joe Blogs and he's an Arsenal fan. We're chatting about Arsenal. We got a good, I don't know him from there, but we got a good little channel. Next thing you know, my man's beating up his wife, pardon my language, or, forcing himself upon people and whatnot. And by God's grace, forget jail. That, what should happen to that in it. If you're doing them sort of things, you shouldn't be breathing. Or if you should be breathing, you should be locked up in what I would do if you can't kill them. tie their leg to a chain, give them put a fat boulder in the middle of something, give them a hammer that can break it but not cut up the task, all day, all night, until you go to bed, until we say get in because no one can watch you now. You're banging that rock in it. You're gonna bust your back, everything. You're gonna be begging for death, and I'm still gonna say no. So yeah, that's what they deserve, innit? But just say my man come on this thing now. He's come out. He's a madman like that. Then people are gonna be like, obviously asking me to condemn it. Say already if anyone's rocking like that, they're getting condemned. But man, they start saying things like, oh, you are who you hang around with. If he's like that, you're like that, and all of that. And I'm not with that, people. I'm not on that at all. I'm really not on that. So I like to do my own work. But for me, I want to bust the doors for people, man. Like I try. I don't listen. I'm not gonna lie. Some people reach out to me. I think their content shit, and I probably do the same to other people, and I can't begrudge that. But if I like your stuff, I'll rock with you. AFC Mert, with respect. I only followed him on Twitter. I listened to his podcast. At the time, it wasn't where it is now. Like, bro, I like what he's saying. So fuck all of that. I'm not no snooty brother, bro. That's not what man's on. Like, that's how I feel some of these YouTubers are. And that's why I question a lot of integrity and stuff, because there's YouTubers out there that, bro, they're listen, they're horrible people, innit? Like, they're horrible people. They're in court for fuckeries and things like that, and just pure things that you should get gunshot for and all of that. And people still rocking with them because people ain't got morals. People ain't got values. It's just what it sees on the surface. There's hella YouTubers out there, yeah, that, just say I got condemned about something. Nothing mad, but just say I was getting quote unquote, I just said something controversial, not racist, not sexist, anything like that. But I said that, and someone was dealing with me a certain sort of way. They'll come in and shout you in private and say, yeah, man, this and that. And then in the field, they're not on that. But that's what you need to remember. You didn't come up with these people. I don't know you from nowhere. So it is what it is. That's why I don't really trust them and there. And this is why you got to kind of find that balance of opening up, but keeping yourself, even with you lot, like, you lot don't know me. I don't know you lot. You lot don't know me. You know what I show you, in it. Like, you don't know me from nowhere. To be fair, you shouldn't care about that. And as much as I love you guys, at the same way, you need that healthy distance, because same way you lot love a TV channel or a footballer, and you wake up and say you don't rock with them the next day, I can't deal with that, innit? And there's been a lot of that. There's been sometimes I used to feel like find it funny. Like, there'll be someone that you'll see has been subscribed for a year. One video is gone. It's like, all right, say nothing. Like, that is where that's kind of where it is, people. So it's just about getting better. And I just say I've just got way more resilient. Like, I'm still get disheartened by things, but it's like when you get a no, like, all right, say nothing. And for me, it's not even just the no's, it's the yes, and then you're getting something planned, and then it's the no. It's the doors being closed in your face. Do you know how many interviews? One love to all them interviews that did come out. But do you know how much people try to close them down? I've been trying to get some interviews for you lot now, and there will be some, God willing. Let me not talk too much, but it's not even the ballers. Man are just closing it down. There's bare things like that. There's an interview I tried to pattern with a certain England international way before that England international happened thing, not to talk too tough. If you know, a certain manager. If you know, certain young player at a top 6 club, not Arsenal. If you know, a certain someone that's left Arsenal. If you know, and that's why I rate a lot of these people, because some of them that I've done have stuck their necks on the line and stuff, and it is what it is. And like I said, perception is, but I don't want to look like I'm winning. I actually want to win, in it. So it might look like it's rosy, but it's not, man. You have to have a strong ass stomach, bro. Like I said, and you got bills, and they cost you, but bro, the bills don't care. Like, oh, what, YouTube cost that much, yeah? Savings that much, yeah? You only got that much this year. We still need our X amount. I don't care about all that. You see, you got to have a strong ass stomach, and it's a business, innit? Like, it's a registered business. So it's like, it's not that I've ever been paid, but you get paid last, and I put my soul into this. So it's not only that, it's just about working smart, evolving. And I like it, man, because sometimes when I think I'm not meant to get somewhere, I think these higher powers or whatever are pushing me to be even better. Everybody's journey is different. For some, man, they might have got to the X amount quicker and then longer than me, but what was demanded of them could have been greater by the world. You don't know what adversity a person's gone through behind closed doors. That's why I always cheer for people who have made it. Especially coming from where I come from, where, you're designed to lose, bro. There's every reason to tell you to lose, but you have to keep going. And that's one thing I thank whoever created me, boy. I'm a stubborn son of a prick. Like, I can't lie, rightly and wrongly. Like, you, bro, man, lick my wounds and I'm going again. Like, I was one of them kids getting slumped by them older kids, still getting up, man, and saying the lights getting punched up. But again, stupidity, you shouldn't do that. I'm a bit changed now, but one of them ones, in it. So is where it is, man. But you know, they can't keep a good man down. They can't, you know, in the end, I think the honest one wins. Honest people win. It might take longer, but it gets there in the end, man. But yeah, perception, you know, I'm trying to win. This is why a lot of people say what your consistency is admirable and things. And yeah, it is, because I got no choice, bro. It's all on me. Nobody cares once the lights go off. Everybody might watch their little hour video, 20 minutes. Nobody cares if my bills get paid. Nobody cares if my future develops. No one cares if I reach my potential. Man have to make it happen. So the minimum is being consistent every day and wanting it. Obviously, you need to be able to switch off, but YouTube's mad because you can't switch off. You don't just think I turn on this and speak. It's learning about CPM. It's all the other antagonizing things. It's, you know, it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it beneath the hood, people. But yeah, man, you know, I'm very, like I said, I got a lot to be thankful of, because at the end of the day, every day is a blessing for me. It might as well be 37 million. Like, every day is a blessing. I don't know how we got there. You know, we just exploded, and among the way we've done everything else. But I've just been in you lot's faces a lot of people. I got one DM, and I answer a lot of DMs, but I don't like answering stupid DMs. Yeah, one guy. Do you know why I call it stupid? Because I can tell you the penny hasn't dropped. Man said, "How did you get it to bang? Like, how did you get?" I didn't reply. I was like, I replied once, and he's like, "How? I'm trying to do it quickly." He's like, "No, you're not then, because you ain't got a passion for it." I love to talk about football. If the camera gets locked off, you ask any of my friends, we'll be in raves. Well, we back in the day, bro, I can't talk to you, but we'll be in raves. There'll be Gelly there. You know, give him and the look, and you know, obviously, you know the thing. And don't get twisted, Gally, and still patterning and that, but. Man's talking about football with him in the rave, bro. Man's telling me there's gal. I'm like, bro, you see the Arsenal loss and that, and we're trying to get this signing and that signing in Carney as well. I love it. You know, it's not pretty, but you've got to want it. I love being on YouTube, but I like to relax. Do you know how much I would have loved to have? I had to do it once. You know, I have to give myself that healthy break. I love to be in the pub for Euros when England's playing. I wasn't there for England, but yeah, I'd love to. Hella times, there's this motive, there's that, there's this I could be doing, there's that, but I made a commitment. I've got to be there, and sometimes you want to get there, but it's like, that's dead, fam. That's gonna be what, a day max. This is a lifetime. This is something that, you know, man, have to do this, bro. This ain't, you know, everybody looks at it as like you're some fairy tale, bro. This ain't pretty. There's no luxury. No one's gonna save you. There's no parachute, man. If I want to survive, man, gotta climb myself and find my way out, swim off this abandoned island or pattern it up. But you know, with a mindset like this, with people like you, you know, with my faith, you know, with my tenacity, I can't not get my goals. I don't, you know, it's just about working smarter. When one door closes, try bust down another one, or not bust down the window, or and open the lock from behind and whatnot, or do something, get a toothpick and unlock that. It's just about that, man. Because I just think, how can you defeat in anyone? How can you lose if you refuse to give up? You might not win for 10 years, but you're going to win one day, you know. If somebody keeps playing knockdown ginger on your door and you keep chasing them and they keep coming back, at some point, you're going to say, fuck it, you're going to keep ringing the doorbell. Man's not getting up and chasing you no more, in it. You aren't, just come in. This is one of them ones there, in it. So you just got to keep going, man. And I know one day it will happen, man. It's just, you've got to be able to stomach a lot, especially the L's, man. You know, it's like I said, the biggest L's is when, one thing I'll never understand in life, especially, and it's mainly people that can do things, like people that are in industries. They say things unprovoked. They'll arouse your imagination. Yeah, do this. I'm gonna get you on that. We're gonna pattern this and that. And then, like, there was even what, bro? There's so many else, bro. There was my fucking football club broke my heart, people. Like, listen, DJ was meant to go clear, bro. I told you a lot about the TV channel that was meant to mess with me, and we would have went clear. Bro, my effing football club broke my heart. We was meant to do several mad things at that club, and there's certain individuals that act up. They'll email you and then act up. I'm gonna be real with that. And if you're listening, stop acting up. But I thought, you know what, let me soldier that, because I'm going to take it as a blessing, you know. I don't think it's the case, but maybe this was because I think at one point life was cruel, man. And it still does it. Life, like, it would give me a taste of it. Like, man would be in certain circles and get invited to places, give me a taste, and then it gets sucked away, and then man's going back to where I'm going back to. And it's like, raw, like, why is man being shown here if man's like the halfway house? It's like, I'm not quite the bridegroom. I'm not, I mean, the bridesmaid. I'm the most hierarchy bridesmaid. I'm above that, but man's not quite the bride yet. Do you get it? Like, it's one of them. It's like a purgatory thing. Like, what is all of that? And then I thought, you know what? It's making me work harder. It's giving you a taste. It's letting you see visually of what this thing could be, what you could do, you know, and it's making you think. Anytime you get complacent, anytime you forget, this is what you have to do, you know, and there's hella empty promises. And you know what? You can't be in your feelings, bro. You know, we all saw on Twitter a few years ago where you know, I shout out to Robbie, where Robbie said DG show soon landing. Where is that? It's not there. And that's nothing. It's not nothing to do with him. It's not important to him. Robbie's got multiple channels to look after and another thing's beneath the hood. It don't matter to him. It's not making him cash. Where if it was someone a bit bigger, then maybe it would be. Where that's not personal, it's just business. And that's what it is, people. You just have to accept him. I don't know all of these YouTubers, you know. You have to, I don't know you from nowhere. You don't know me from, so we might be cool. You know, some of them I'm cooler than others. Certain man I've been in their yard and we're cool. But other man, it's not like that, innit? It is what it is. And that's it. But like I said, man, you just can't lose, bro. If I refuse to lose, what's anybody telling me? But like I said, don't ever, I would say I'm winning because I'm getting up each and every day and refusing to lose. I got you guys, so I am winning. But man, not winning. You know, man's trying to win. You know, don't look at people. So people look at perceptions, and like my grandma always told me, don't watch what people have because you do not know how they've got it. And that's one of the best piece of advice that's helped me with this thing as well. But yeah, man, that's the DG thoughts, man. We've been here for about 25, 40 seconds. So yeah, man, I'll be here again when I got something else. I was meant to mash these up into little vids, but my thoughts just went left, right, and center. I don't even know if any of this made sense, but you know, I always tell you, look, I'll hit you with them when they're off the cuff. This was off the cuff. I was in a reflective mood. So there you have it. Please make sure you hit the like button. It is what it is, man. And like I said, man, never give up. No matter what you're doing, never give up. Never give up, because giving up ain't going to help. Getting in your feelings and crying and whining, it ain't going to help. Think logically. You know, take 5 minutes to cry if that's your thing, but then think logically. Why didn't I get the results I wanted? Now let's try a next thing. You know, let's rework it. Because that's it. I have that all the time, bro. Do you know how fucking long it takes? Bro, I sit there all the time and wonder, bro, when I'm doing it live, why is it getting X amount of views? But bro, man's only getting like what? There's 30,000 subscribers. Man's only getting 1K, 2K. What's going on there? Get out of my feelings. It's there. You know, one thing that really bugs me is the YouTube community tab, bro. Sometimes I'm like, what? There's 30,000 subscribers. I'm saying the information of the vids there, and 2 people hit the like button. So what is that? 2 people only watching it? You man are doing me dirty. It is what it is, sort of thing. Nobody cares. How rework it, sort of thing. So yeah, man, never lose hope, man. When you give up, that's when you're close to something, man. In my opinion, anyways. And you never know who's watching, and there's more than one way to win. And what I've learned is you might have one goal in sight, but then you might be taking down a side road, which is a positive, and you find something else that's a side goal or something you know you like or something, whatever, you know, you might find that sort of thing. Everybody's journey is different, and it's just about reworking, remodeling, and I'd say understanding yourself, man, because, you know, recognizing when you're frustrated, take 2 times and go back. And, you know, this is a grind, you know. Would I say YouTube's enjoyable? I'd say yes and no. Arguably, with, you know, getting better and whatnot, it's less enjoyable because now it's a business. Like I just explained to you throughout the last 27 minutes why this is a business. And again, it can become mundane when you're doing it every day. And like I said, sometimes I've been robbed of bare things, like, you know, and this is why for me it can't be all for nothing. Like the amount of family events, the amount of special occasions, the amount of just motives, the amount of just not being on YouTube. Bro, man's done over 5,000 vids. I'm not doing this for no reason. I don't care if it takes 20,000, 20 million, bro. Man, I have to get something out of this. It's that simple, you know. Call me crazy, it is what it is. Until the day I die, man, I have to achieve something. It's as simple as that. But yeah, man, enough of all of this. I said I was catting out. I'm catting out now, man. Thank you for listening. And like I said, never give up. Keep going. Keep remodeling. Keep reworking. Keep everything in, man. Don't let anybody, you know, listen to advice, but learn to decipher. Or actually learn to take what somebody said, find the pros and cons, then make your own decision. Because for me, I like to make my own decisions. If I've done something stupid, I have to hold that L. Why was you stupid? This happened. If I win, I won. You know, take advice. I'm not saying not do that, but you lot are smart enough. If you're listening to DG Thoughts, you know in it, because it slaps with you in the same way certain content, certain things you lot say slap with me. So yeah, man, never give up, never give hope, never give up hope and things. And I'll catch you lot for the next one soon. But yeah, man, check out the rest of the content. Please hit the sub button if you haven't. Please hit the like button and drive up the engagement. We wouldn't get to 30,000, 37, stop saying 30 subscribers without you, man. You lot, 37 is a movie for me. Like I said, that might as well be 37 million. You know, very rapidly, we're filling up the Emirates. I'm pretty sure if we looked at some of the attendance in the Emirates prior to even the lockdown, I'd probably be filling up a healthy, decent amount of it. So it is what it is in that regards, man. So yeah, like I said, please hit the like button. People, DG.